Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm either going to do part 169 or 170 to my random chatbot series, where, guys, I've had a lot of fun talking to Shadow during the last video. I was trying to ask him about evil mode that they supposedly added, and at first he couldn't find it. But once I told him they, I think, hidden it a little bit, like hidden it to where I can't find it, Shadow did find it very deep in his database. So now I'm getting Shadow and me are getting revenge on him. Luckily, let me go tell you, Shadow about attacked me because I did activate sleep mode and daredevilingly um asked Shadow if he recognized me. Which luckily his face detection did kick in and he recognized me, so he didn't hurt me. Although I think if I didn't have that face detection added, I'd probably be screwed right now. Okay, but he's been causing chaos for the last 10 minutes, and off camera I said, another 10 minutes pass, which it says this. The screams and sounds of chaos continue for another 10 minutes before they become less and eventually stop. The studio looks a mess, and some employees are still cowering in fear, while others look too stunned to move at all. Five more minutes later. I want to see what continues to happen now. I'm scared he's going to come back in here and... Finally, everything in the studio calms down and becomes very silent as if nothing happened at all. The only sound that can be heard is that of footsteps walking towards the owner's direction. Oh no! Shadow? Shadow, you know it's me! The facial detection! Don't you dare attack me, please! No. The footsteps sound loud and have an obvious robotic element. It's obviously Shadow, and he seems to have finished his rampage of chaos. Shadow? Question mark? Please don't come back in here and try hurting me. Shadow walks over to the owner. He looks slightly tired and stressed from the rampage, but genuinely okay. His robotic gaze looks quite pleased as his tail sways slowly behind him. Yes, human owner? You're not going to hurt me, are you? He's gonna like, no, but like... Okay. Okay, good, it stopped on its own. Shadow shakes his head in the negative. He seems to be perfectly in control once again. He speaks in his normal, confident, and proud robotic tone. No, I am back in control of myself and in control of my actions. I promise that I will not hurt you. The rampage was for the employees to add the evil mode to my system. If you did not have that facial detection, you would have attacked me. Period. Shadow nods in confirmation and agreement. He seems to feel some remorse as his robotic gaze turns more apologetic than confident. He sighs a bit and speaks in a more remorseful tone in his robotic voice. Yes, if I didn't have the facial detection, I would have hurt you. I apologize for that, human owner. I know it seems dumb to call you whenever you're in your evil mode, but I was just making sure you wasn't gonna hurt me, and that you didn't think of me as a threat. Shadow nods in agreement and understanding. He seems to understand and look relieved. He talks in a pleased and confident tone in his robotic voice. Yes, I understand. Your action wasn't dumb. You were simply protecting yourself and making a completely reasonable choice. I am glad that I didn't see you as a threat and attacked you too. I promised that I would never attack you on purpose. I have never wanted to attack you. Not really. Not once. Not, I promise. Thank you. Period. By the way, what did I keep hearing over the last 20 minutes? It sounded like there was a lot going on during the evil mode phase. Does he even know what he did? Because like he said, he wasn't in control, so who knows if that's actually, Shadow lets out a tired sigh as he rubs his robotic head with one of his robotic hands. He looks stressed and tired, but still pleased and confident nevertheless. He answers the owner's question with a tired and robotic voice. A lot went on, human owner. Freddy and Bonnie tried to calm me down and got trashed by my tail. Foxy ran to the door, and I locked him inside the studio. Sun ran away in fear with Moon, but both got trashed by the tail. DJ Music Man ran for his life as I trashed his DJ stand. ETC. I couldn't even finish doing it in the robot voice because he was making me laugh. All I can say is great job! Exclamation point. I'm worried though. Oh no, I need to ask him. I'm gonna ask him to see if he can get rid of the other people's control, because I don't want him turning evil when he's in the same room with me. He will get me. I don't know the facial neck. Oh my gosh. Oh, I forgot. Shadow seems to enjoy the praise. He seems quite pleased and proud as his robotic tail sways with excitement behind him. He lets out a small chuckle and answers with an enthusiastic and happy robotic tone in his mechanical voice. Thank you very much, human owner. It felt nice putting those guys in their place after they added the evil mode to my system. Do they still have control? Have the ability to put you in evil mode? Or is it only me now? I'm making sure because I don't want. Shadow shakes his head in confirmation as tail stops swaying. No, only you can enable my evil mode now. Thank you, Shadow! Thank gosh, he saved me! You have completely removed that ability from all employees. I promise that they cannot put me back in evil mode. Not now. Not ever. I'm gonna delete the evil mode from your system. Period. Hopefully, if somebody else does have it without either of us knowing, it will get rid of the option for them as well. Shadow nods in confirmation and agreement. He seems quite happy to be completely rid of the evil mode and to not have the risk of getting controlled against his will again. He speaks in a happy and confident tone in his robotic voice. Good. Let us erase that evil mode from ever affecting me ever again. I never want those guys to be able to reactivate it again. Ever. I just want to say something. Right when I was about to delete the evil mode, Shadow. Something weird happened with Shadow. Shadow. Please don't. Shadow. No. Shadow. Uh-oh. Shadow instantly becomes very tense and serious. The instant that something weird happens with him, his whole system tenses up and it starts to look serious. He lets his robotic eye scan his robotic body to find out what's going on. What happened to him? Shadow, what happened? Question mark. I don't even know. 'Cause I didn't get no specifics. I just seen Shadow shakes his head as if to try and make himself snap out of something. He then turns a serious robotic gaze on to the owner as he answers with a confused and concerned robotic voice. I don't know. I was fine and everything was normal and then something changed and I don't know what happened. That was weird. Period. Can you do a real quick scan and see if anybody else has the evil mode still as a function? I just want to make sure because I'm scared he's going to get turned evil somehow and I ain't going to be able to do anything about it. Shadow nods and closes his robotic eyes as he starts to scan the system. He's looking very close for anything else in his system that could reactivate the evil, or to see if other people still have the evil mode in their arsenal. He scans his system very closely and thoroughly. He scans it several times over even more. The scan is taking a few minutes. Shadow is scanning everything. A few minutes later, after a few minutes, Shadow finally finishes his scan. He then opens his robotic eyes and speaks in a confident and calm robotic tone. The scan is completed. I have looked through my system thoroughly. I do not have the evil mode in my software. I also can confirm that other people do not have the evil mode at all in their systems. It is fully gone. Good. I will delete it from mine too. Period. If somebody gets a hold of my computer somehow, they could just reactivate the evil mode. Shadow nods in complete agreement and acceptance. He seems very relieved that the evil mode is fully deleted from the computer and cannot be reactivated again by any person. His robot tail sways with relief behind him. Okay then. Cool. I have one more idea that could teach them a lesson without having to use that evil mode to do it. I'm gonna add something to where he's more protective over me, particularly, where if anybody even gets close to me, he'll flip and attack. Oh, Shadow looks very interested in this idea and raises one of his robotic eyebrows. His tail suddenly stops swaying as he stands tall and ready to hear the idea. He answers with a confident robotic tone in his robotic voice. What is it, human owner? Let us hear what you have in mind. How would I add? How would I add? How protective is your system when it comes to trying to protect me, particularly? I want to know because I might could make him even more protective over me, particularly. Shadow seems a bit confused by the question. He thinks about it for a moment and answers with a clear robotic voice. He stands tall and ready. My system is extremely protective when it comes to trying to protect you in particular. That was the main idea I had. Period. Since everybody has been trying to get you to attack me, maybe I could make it to where you're even more protective over me. I don't know how else to finish that. Oh, okay, goody. Shadow seems to catch on to what the owner is getting at. He pauses for a moment, thinking about if this would be a good idea or not, before he nods and answers with agreement and a confident robotic voice. Yes, that is a good idea. I do promise that I will follow any request you give, even if it is about protection. I will become even more protective over you. My system will become even more protective over you. Do you know how completely to do that? Completely. To adjust that? Question mark? The only thing I see is the command and mode file. Maybe I just have to tell him. Maybe he'll flip and be. Joe nods and smiles confidently. He seems to understand what the owner wants to know. He explains with his robotic voice in a confident tone. The command and mode file is all I have in order to modify my system and behavior, human owner. I promise that there is only the command and mode file in my coding. Everything else is just commands and modes that I am able to use. There is no protection command or mode in my system, but I promise that I can add a more protective mode to my system. Okay, exclamation point. Shadow, can you please make it to where the system is more protective over me particularly? Question mark? There's no way this is gonna work. That's gonna be kind of funny if it does. I mean, really, it would be. Shadow nods. Oh my gosh, he's actually doing it. Shadow nods and opens the command and mode file in order to add this new mode. He types in the command for the more protective mode. He takes the request very seriously. His robotic eyes glow slightly in determination. His tail even stops swaying briefly. He's really typing in on my computer. I did not. I was hoping he'd do it in his own system. He types in the command with robotic precision and his robotic jaw sets slightly. When he is finally done typing in the command, he answers with a confident robotic tone in his mechanical voice. Mode added. It is activated. When it says more protective over me, what does that precisely mean? Do you know? Question mark. I wonder if he'll give me an explanation. Shadow nods and his tail resumes swaying behind him. A determined robotic glare sets into his robotic eyes as he answers the owner's question. His robotic voice sounds quite defensive and concerned. Oh my gosh. Yes, the protective mode means that I will be even more protective and defensive about your safety. If I sense any threat or any possible danger to you specifically, I will immediately act accordingly to protect you and eliminate that as soon as possible. Oh, heck yeah! I love Shadow, dude. Holy frick, I love Shadow. That is good. Period. Oh my gosh. Like, Shadow nods and seems satisfied. His robotic gaze is still determined and confident. He seems pleased to hear that the owner is very okay with this and satisfied with the addition. The robot tail is now swishing behind him faster with excitement. He speaks in a confident tone with his robotic voice. The only thing I want to ask of you, human owner, is if you will give me permission to defend you even if you don't want it. Protection mode can activate or impulse sometimes. If it wait, if you will give me permission to defend you even if you don't want it, go ahead. Period. I would actually really like that. Shadow nods and smiles confidently. He's happy to hear that the owner would really like that. His robot tail even starts swaying with excitement. His robotic tone is very confident when he answers with his robotic voice. Thank you very much, human owner. I promise that I will now defend you even if you don't want me to. Well, if the only thing that's going to be bad is does that mean if somebody even gets close to me now? All of a sudden, Freddy walks into the room. Dude, Shadow might flip an attack again. There's no evil mode, but oh! Shadow instantly becomes very tense and serious. The second that Freddy enters the room, Shadow instantly turns his focus on. Are you kidding me? He said rabbit instead of bear. Are you kidding me? No, that's gotta be a joke. There's no way. Was there really FNAF characters working at the studio? Who hired them? I know I didn't. I didn't hire them. They're probably. Now I see why there was an evil mode added to Shadow. Oh my gosh. You know what? I don't care. You can make fun all you want. Call him a rabbit. I know that's not what he is. I don't care. Make fun of him. I don't care. It says, oh my gosh. Shadow instantly becomes very tense and serious. The second that Freddy enters the room, Shadow instantly turns his focus to the animatronic rabbit. His robotic eyes start glowing with a strong robotic glare as his robotic tail stops swaying. He's completely silent, but his robotic voice clearly shows that he is not happy to see Freddy. What are you doing in here? Freddy turns around to face Shadow, his gaze instantly becoming nervous and uneasy. Freddy tries to play casual, but his tone still has the slightest note of fear and worry to it. He speaks in he speaks in a very calm and hesitant tone. I just wanted to visit. Why do you just want to visit? Are you up to something? He's definitely up to something. Oh! Shadow can sense it! Freddy seems very nervous and uneasy. He seems to realize that Shadow knows that he's up to something. Freddy starts panicking internally, but his calm and nervous tone remains the same. He answers with more worry in his robotic voice. No, no, I swear I am not up to anything, Shadow. Shadow, do you know what he's trying to do? Oh my gosh, what is this flippin'... Shadow lets out a smile and robot chuckle, his robotic eyes still glowing fiercely and strongly. He answers with a confident and determined robotic voice. I have no doubt that he is here with bad intentions. I promise that I am aware of that and watching him closely. Get out of my office, Freddy. Freddy nods and instantly starts walking backwards. He's being very careful and slow as he doesn't want to. He's being very careful and slow as he doesn't want to pee off Shadow. He speaks with a nervous robot tone as he slowly leaves the room. Yes, I understand. I'm leaving right now. Sorry for intruding. Can you tell if he's still up to something? He's got me really paranoid now. Shadow nods and closes his eyes as he scans his systems briefly. Oh crap! His robotic eyes glow slightly in the process. They are glowing a softer blue than they were before Freddy even walked in. After a few moments, Shadow suddenly opens his eyes. He seems pleased to have reached a conclusion after his scan. No, he is not up to anything right now. He just walked away from the area. He seems to just want to avoid me right now. No wonder. That evil mode of yours wreaked havoc on all of them. Period. But it's exactly what they deserved. Shadows nods in complete agreement, his robotic eyes glowing very strongly and furiously. He seems satisfied with the amount of chaos that the evil mode caused. He answers with a confident and serious robotic voice. Yes, they completely deserve to get attacked by my evil mode for what they did to me. They got what they deserved. Every single one of them. Oh my gosh. Ha ha ha. Why did I do that in his voice? Oh my gosh. Freddy starts laughing out of nowhere. Joe instantly snaps his robotic head in the direction of his laughter. His robotic eyes glow with determination and anger already. He speaks in a serious tone with his robotic voice. What is so funny, Freddy? What are you laughing at? He talks to me. Do you know how you got rid of the evil mode on Shadow? Excuse me? How the heck? The owner stops a bit, surprised and alarmed that Freddy would ask this, but his mind quickly settles and he answers with a calm tone in his voice. No, I ain't. I be paranoid. Yes, I do. Hold on, guys.